evening. Welcome to Monk Chat.
Monk Chat.
Yes, and my name is Pra KK. Let me write for you, look better. Pra, P H R A. Pra, K K. Pra means monk. If you want to address a monk in Thailand, address Pra. Pra means monk. And I have been monk more than 20 years. I started when I was very young. Okay? And if you don't mind, would you please introduce yourself? Tell me what's your name, where you're from, do you have any experience in Buddhism or meditation, something about you guys. Alright? So all of you from America?
Yes.
Yeah? Very nice, very nice. I love American.
I'm not.
No, you're not, right? Where are you from, sir?
I'm an Aussie.
ไม่เขาไม่ได้อยู่กรุ๊ปน้อง
Australia.
Australia. What do you call my monk check?
ไม่เป็นไรไม่เป็นไร
Alright, that's Australia. Very nice. Anyway, I'm going to give you an introduction of the Buddhism and we're going to have Q&A. Okay? Alright. You know, in Thailand, majority people are Buddhist. We have 94% of Buddhist. If you go anywhere in Thailand, you will see a lot of Buddhist temples, especially in Chiang Mai, old city. Everywhere are Buddhist temples. And then you will see Buddhist people or Buddhist monk, you know, they light the candle in front of the Buddha images and incense stick. People offer flower, food, water to Buddha images. And people believe life after life. Have you heard reincarnation? Yeah? People believe what goes around comes around. Have you heard karma? Yes. So part of the Thai culture, Buddhism is a religion because people still believe in faith. But the core teaching, the main teaching of the Buddha is not a religion. It's a way of life. To train in your way of life, how to balance. Number one, train to do good to you and to others. Number two, train to avoiding doing bad to you, to others. So good and bad, who will decide? You will decide. It means your mind will decide. So number third, train your rash mind, busy mind, or we call monkey mind, to purify the mind in order to balance three actions. So when you train your moral, mental, and wisdom, you will be able to balance your mental action, verbal action, and physical action. So if you think right, speak right, do right to you, to others, you can live with peace and happiness. Because you don't harm yourself, you don't harm others. You do good to you, good to others. So, no matter Christian, Hindu, Jewish, Buddhist, we can live with peace and happiness in harmony. The world will be more peace, more beautiful as well. So Buddhism is a way of life. And Buddhism also a philosophy. That's why philosophical way Buddha has taught us not to believe the Buddha, not to believe the Buddha's teaching. Believe in yourself. Keep practice, investigate, examine, experience, prove it, and then you believe. For example, I have never been to America, but I know many things about America. It's only knowing is not yet truth to me. I have to go to America. I have to learn American culture. I have to know the weather in America. I have to eat American food. That is truth to me. Then I can believe. An example of philosophy. Let's say a bad person shoot an arrow to you and you get hurt. Oh, bloody, you know, very seriously. In that moment, will you run to that? Will you run to catch that guy when you're not sure? Will you be able to catch or not? Or will you immediately go to the doctor to save your life? So what are you going to choose in this situation? The guy or save life? Yes, doctor. That is a Buddhist philosophy because in that situation, the guy is not important, important how to save your life. So my dear, please remember, your past, no matter good or bad, is already gone, so let it go. It will come to your mind. You will remember the past. Accept it, but don't dwell on that. If you don't dwell, everything became impermanent, temporary. And your future is unknown. It's not happening now. No one knows what's going to happen in the future. So don't worry too much about your future. Learn to focus the moment. Be now and here. Learn to live with today. That's what Buddha has taught us. If you want to enjoy your life, learn to enjoy your moment, because every moment is your life. So overall, Buddhism, it's a philosophy or way of life. And Buddhism is a practical method how to liberating oneself from suffering. That's why ultimate goal in Buddhism we call Nirvana. Have you heard that? In Sanskrit language we say Nirvana Paramang Sukham. It means Nirvana is the ultimate happiness. That's what we're looking for. So Buddhism is a path to achieve Nirvana or enlightenment. And you know what? If you go to a Buddhist temple, you will see a lot of Buddha images or statues. And it's very common to see in front of the Buddha image, Buddhist people, Buddhist monks sit on a knee, we palm our hands and we do like this 3 times. Have you seen that in a temple in front of the Buddha image? We do 3 times. It's more like worshipping to Buddha. Wow, it's not called worship. Buddha is not a god. We do not worship to Buddha. So how do we call it? We call it bowing to show respect. 3 times. First time we bow to show respect to Buddha as enlightening one or awakening one, simply as a great teacher or great philosopher. Second time we bow to show respect to his teachings. Third time we bow to show respect to his disciple or followers. Those disciples after Buddha passed away who are spreading his teaching. So present day Buddhist monk represent a disciple of the monk, the Buddha. And we are not only bowing to show respect to Buddha, we do bow each other. So you will see in Thailand, people will do with you, Sawadee krap, Khap khun krap. That's what we do. It's different from American culture. In America, hello Mr. John, how are you doing man today? You handshake. Or you hug. But here, we bow. It's not called worship. And if you go to temple, you will hear the monks praying to Buddha more like this. Namo tassa bhagavato iti piso bhagava arahang samma sambuddho jagarana sampanno sukhato lokhavitu blah 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 blah. Yes. You see, it sounds more like a praying to Buddha. Well, it's not called pray. Buddha is not a god. We do not pray to Buddha. So how do we call it? We call it chant. Chanting. Why do we chant? Because Buddha time, Buddha has no written teaching. He has only oral teachings. So since Buddha time till now, we chant twice a day to memorize the teachings of the Buddha. Or you can call it mantra. We do mantra for what? Meditation. How long you do that, that long you have no monkey mind, monkey brain. Because you have to focus. It's very similar to singing, guys. When you sing a song, don't you need concentration? You do, right? Sounds more like, I found a love for me. See? It sounds good up and down. You know what? Buddhist monk not supposed to sing a song, but I do that, I enjoy it. Anyway, so we do not pray to Buddha. We do chant to memorize the teaching, and we do mantra for meditation. So overall, Buddha is not a god. We don't worship and we don't pray to Buddha. Okay? And Buddha means enlightened or awakening one. So there are so many enlightened, awakening, so many Buddha. Someone called Sakyamuni Buddha, Siddhartha Buddha, Gautama Buddha, Fat Buddha, Laughing Buddha, many different types of Buddha. That's why Buddhism also do not consider as a religion, because in the religion, no one can be a god. But in Buddhism, anyone could be a Buddha or enlightened. Alright? So, Buddha, you are a man. He was born in 623 BC into a royal family as a prince. His name is Prince Siddhartha Gautama. The place Buddha was born, it will belong to India, but present day it belongs to Nepal, the Mount Everest country. The location called Lumbini. And from childhood, he was very wise, like me, I guess. And he grew up in palace with a lot of pleasure and happiness. When he was only 16 years old, his parents let him to get married. So he got married with a beautiful princess. And then he got a son. Before he became a king, when he visited his kingdom, very first time, he experienced something. He saw the people, someone struggling, in their life, has no enough food to eat, suffer. Has no enough place to stay, suffer. Getting too old, sick, and death. Then finally he realized, I'm a prince, I have my power, gold, luxuries, but why I still has to get old, sick, and death. So he wanted to know what is the cause of suffering. So finally, when he saw a ascetic, kind of hermit, very simple person, so he decided to become like his life. So age of 29, he decided to renounce from everything. He don't want to be king, he don't want power, gold, luxuries, and palace. You know why? He said, more I have, more I want, never enough. My desire, my greed, my craving bring me more and more suffering. That's why we renounce from everything. So there, remember, to free from your greed and craving, desire, learn to renounce. So when we became a monk, first thing what we have to do, we have to renounce our hair. For less attachment, less worry. Right, ladies? Okay? Anyway, and then after he renounced, he went to many places. He met a lot of wise people, but no teacher can teach him how to free from suffering, because to free from your suffering, you have to practice by yourselves. So he started to practice himself. He meditated without food and drinks for 49 days. Have you ever seen very skinny Buddha image in a temple? Very skinny. Right here we have one. You can observe better. Here, right here. Very skinny. Look like it's so scary. That image represents the story of the Buddha when he stopped to eat food and drinks for 49 days. Finally, he realized, oh, no. I don't take care of myself, only practice, so I has no balance. With a balance, how could I achieve enlightenment or nirvana? Then finally, he found it, the middle path or middle way. That is the supreme teaching of the Buddha, the balance. And learn and practice following the middle path from 29 years old until 35. So when you were 35, you are able to enlighten. So he has no more mental suffering. He was able to arising from his mental desire, attachment, greed, delusion, anger, and craving. So he has no more mental suffering. Finally, he spreading his teaching as an enlightened for 45 years. Then when he was 80 years old, he was passed away. So he achieved nirvana. So that is the biography of the Buddha. Okay? And have you heard Dharma? Dharma means teaching of the Buddha. So once again, to remind you, Buddha's teaching is not about the God or creator, belief or faith. Buddha's teaching is about the truth of nature, the law of nature. To learn in your way of life how to accept the truth and how to let it happen, how to let it go. So that's why Buddha mentioned in first teaching, he mentioned the Four Noble Truths. The first teaching of the Buddha. And the Four Noble Truths is based on suffering. Because suffering is truth in your way of life, isn't it, guys? Or can I see anyone here who have never been suffering, please? Hello, anyone? Suffering is truth in your way of life. Even we don't want it. But everyone should experience. You have to accept the truth. That's what Buddha mentioned in First Noble Truth. The truth of suffering. There are two main kinds of suffering, simply, basically. One, physical suffering. Two, mental suffering. No one escapes or run away from physical or mental suffering. An example of physical suffering. Say we was born, we'll grow up, we'll get old, sick, and finally death. Look at me, still young, monk, and handsome. Yes? Say yes. Thank you. Tell me what's going to happen, my handsome face, when I'm going to be 90 or 80 years old. My cute face will be wrinkled face. My black hair will be gray hair. One day I will lose my energy. So my physical is not belongs to me. I cannot control it. It's belong to the nature. Everything is impermanent, temporary. But there are some people in this world who has a lot of ego of their physical. Even you cannot control it. It not belongs to you. Not only physical suffering, true. The mental suffering also true. An example, guys, please don't mind. This is education. An example of mental suffering. No matter how much you love your beloved one, like your children, grandchildren, your partner, your husband or wife, boyfriend, girlfriend, your best friend, no matter. One day, anyhow, you have to lost someone or someone will lost you. So when you lost them you love so much, what happened? You will get mental suffering. And this is the truth everyone should experience. Ask yourself, have you ever lost a person from your life? You will never meet a person who has never lost. Ask each family, have you ever lost a member from your family? You will never meet a family who has never lost a member. I'm so sorry to share this thing. When I was 6 years old, my mom, she passed away. And I'm only the son. Then, unfortunately, I lost my dad. In early age, I became orphan. I struggled a lot. I asked many times, why did I lose my parents? Why was my question mark? And now I got my answer. Why not? And I thought it's only happened to me. No, it will gonna happen to everyone because it's truth of nature. Life is a suffering. Life is an impermanence, temporary. That is the truth. So Buddha mentioned in Second Noble Truth, the cause of suffering. What do you suffer? What's your origin of suffering? So according to Buddhism, the main cause of suffering in your life, cause of yourself. The I, the single letter, single word, is the main cause of suffering because everything arising is from yourself. Desire from yourself. Anger from yourself. Attachment yourself. Greed. More you have more you want. Craving yourself. Delusion yourself. Everything from yourself. Well, those all are human nature who don't have desire. I still attached with my parents, even I lost them long time ago. I still cry for them, I still miss them, love them. That's my attachment. If someone do bother with you, will you angry? Yes, that's human nature. We are not enlightening yet. We are not perfect yet. Saying suffering exists in our life is truth. But sometimes you suffer more than you deserve. That is cause of yourself, because of dwelling. More you dwell with your greed, more you suffer. More you dwell with your desire, more you suffer. More you dwell with your craving, more you suffer. We have the mind. Mind is the part, nature of the mind. The thinking, thoughts. It's nature of mind. Thinking do not cause you stress if you don't think too much. That's called the dwelling with your thoughts, emotion, feelings, positive or negative. That's why Buddhism has a teaching, meditation, to train your monkey mind, to know your mind. Anything happen in your mind, you can let it happen, you can let it go. So overall, guys, accept the truth. Be mindful, be aware not to dwell on them. If you don't dwell, everything became temporary, impermanence. That's what Buddha mentioned in Third Noble Truth, the end of suffering. But to end your suffering, you have to follow the path. That is the Fourth Noble Truth, the way to end of suffering, which we call the middle path or middle way. Means what? Balance. In your way of life, the most important is what? Balance. Who can balance? Me. Yes.
I have a question. So you talk about having missed your parents. That's a certain kind of love.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever been in love?
You mean as a monk?
No, before you were a monk.
Before I started when I was 9.
Oh, okay. So maybe you love the girl in school sitting next
No.
to you.
Monks, no problem. You can feel in love as a monk. But in Thailand, monk and female not allowed to touch. There was a senior monk and famous monk, he fell in love with a girl and he stopped being a monk and he became an ordinary life and he got married. It's okay. Monks also has emotion, feelings. And monk's life is a temporary life in Thailand, Yeah. Anyway, thank you for questions. So what I'm saying, the balance is supreme teaching of the Buddha. Guys. Balance between everything. If there has no balance one another, there will be hatred, violence, killing, war, fighting, conflict. So balance in religions between Christian, Hindu, Jewish, Buddhist, Islam. If there has no balance, there will be problem. Don't you know what happened? Time of Hitler has killed a lot of Jewish. No same respect. I heard that in America. I don't know if it's right or wrong. I heard, I've never been there. Between white and black people, because no balance, no same respect. We have mind and body, right guys? It goes together, it needs balance. But the problem, it has no balance. Because everyone knows how to take care of your body. On time, you eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner for energy. Every day you shower, fresh your body, and feel so clean. You feel a little bit tired, pain, go to Thai massage. They will make you so relaxed. You get illness, sickness, physically, go to doctor. Take medicine, do operation or surgeries. You could be free from physical problems. You want to be fitness, go to gym, do exercise or diet. Well, monks are not allowed to go to gym. You will never see monk in gym. But I have many ordinary friends like you. Some of them almost every day they go to gym to make six-pack for girls to make attractive. Many girls, I heard that in Thailand, they do operations, surgeries to look more pretty. They make different style of hair, different colors. They make eyebrow, eyelid, the operation of the nose to make it more pretty. They put injection to make sexy lips, make big boobs, big butt, only for attraction physically. The people nowadays physically look so beautiful, so handsome, so attractive. But mentally, no matter you're handsome or beautiful, mentally everyone has same problem. Stress. Because not only stress, sometimes depression, anxiety, worries, and tensions. Because how much we take care of our body, that much we don't take care of our mind. So mind and body has no balance. That's why I told you earlier, 3 times in a day you eat food for physical energy. But 3 times in a day you do not meditate for mental energy. That's why Buddhism considered as a way of life. You practice to balance your way of life. So basically what we call it, the 3-fold trainings. Okay? Let me write for you here, it's more better. So the 3-fold training that you have to train. Number 1, moral training. Moral training is to train your moral, to learn how to avoiding doing bad. Okay? So moral training basically has 3 concepts. Right speech, right action, right livelihood. Okay? See guys, Buddha did not mention good or bad, because good or bad has no balance. Because if you do good to you, maybe it's not good to someone. Or if you do bad to someone, it's good to you. That's why Buddha mentioned right, and right. Part of the moral training to avoiding doing bad. An example, right speech. Whenever you speak with yourself or others, speak right. Speak with your kindness, compassion, love, and respect. So avoiding telling lie, giving false speech, or cheating, or disappointing or harming by your speech. So learn to be truthful. That's called the right speech. Second, right action. Avoiding killing any living beings. Respect life. Don't harm yourself, don't harm others. Of course, no one has right to harm any living beings because we have to respect. I wish the world would follow this kind of principle. What do you say, American? 2001, 9/11, remember? 3,000 people was killed. Because people, they don't respect, I don't care what happened to you, I care only myself. selfish world, not a selfless. You see in Ukraine, war every day, fighting. And how many people suicide in a day? A lot. So people, if they follow the principle, how to respect a life, there will not be suicide, no war, no fighting. The world will be more peace. And avoiding stealing, which is not given or permitted. Respect is very important in the way of life. Avoiding having sexual misconduct. It means you can have sex with your partner, boyfriend, girlfriend, wife, and husband, but you should not cheat it with your partner. In a relationship, the most important, respect each other. Who follow this kind of principle, relationship goes so strong and more happy, and more trust and belief. You don't have to worry your partner will cheat it on you. And who don't follow this kind of principle, no matter how much you love each other, boyfriend, girlfriend, break up. Wife and husband, divorce. Like that, guys. And avoiding intoxicant. What I mean intoxicant? Avoiding drugs or any kind of things that are not good for your mind and body. Because if you lost your mind, maybe you're able to steal from somewhere, maybe you're able to cheat it on your partner, maybe you're able to speak so rudely or badly, or maybe you're able to harm or kill a life because you have no mind. So guys, keep your right speech, right action, then right livelihood. It means what? Learn to live and work or do business in right way. But there are so many people who has no right living and working or business, especially those people who take corruption, the corrupted people. In Thailand, the weapons, the gun business is illegal in Thailand. But someone still they're doing illegally business. So everyday news, shoot it, kill. Last 3 weeks ago, the kids, do you know that news? The kids has killed. Nursery kids, very young kids, has killed more than 30 in Thailand. The guy, because of drugs and gun. Last 7 months ago in Texas, same story. The students was killed. Like that. Has no right living and working or doing business. Or illegal business. Not only weapons, any kind of illegal. Okay? So guys, first train your moral, learn avoiding bad. So keep your right speech, right action, and right livelihood. And then the second one called mental training. So when you have moral, you learn to avoiding doing bad, and then easily you can train your monkey mind, rush mind, busy mind to purify the mind. So mental training means meditation to purify the mind. To meditate, you have to follow 3 main concepts. Right, effort, right, concentration, and right, mindfulness. So what I mean right effort? How long you meditate? Let's say 10 minutes you meditate. You should not give up. If you give up, you will not learn how to keep patience. And life, no pain, no gain. Okay? Your life is not only 10 minutes, many more years. And then you need the right concentration. In order to train your monkey mind to let it calm, to the tranquil, the inner peace, you have to concentrate to an object. For example, breathing exercise. Breathing in, breathing out, in and out, in and out. So when you concentrate to an object, after a while, your monkey mind could jump, distracted because of thinking, because of pain, because of sleepy, because of, noise from outside, more like that. At that time, you have to practice right mindfulness. Right mindfulness means being aware, awareness. Anything happen, you accept it, but you don't dwell on that. So not to dwell, what do? You bring your mind back to concentration, again focus. So when you train your moral, you can avoiding doing bad. Then you can easily train your mental because you are not doing bad. So you can easily purify the mind. So moral and mental training will develop your wisdom. Okay? So the third one is called wisdom training. The third one. Wisdom training. And wisdom training has two concepts. One, right view, or you can say right understanding. Then right thought. So right view or right understanding and right thoughts is part of wisdom. So when you train your moral, mental, your wisdom will develop automatically. You will understand the truth of nature, the law of nature. And wisdom is beyond your knowledge. An example of wisdom, an example. Today I was teaching one-day meditation. Actually, that one-day meditation, it was founded by myself last 8 years ago. And no one came to tell me, KK, could you open one-day meditation? No. It was my wisdom, right understanding, right thinking. There are so many foreigners who are willing to learn meditation, Buddhism. And people, it's a free class, one-day meditation, at no cost. But people appreciate for time and they can learn and they make donation. That is people wisdom, right understanding, right thinking, their kind, compassion, love. And I accept not to make disappointed. I think you can see here, people put donation, you see? Donation for today. And the donation, what I do, I support an orphanage center at Wang Hing district, border of Myanmar. There are many kids who has no enough food, no education. I support them. They don't know who am I even, and they don't ask from me. That's my wisdom, right understanding, right thinking to do good. It's my love, kind, compassion. That's called the wisdom. So overall, train your moral, train your mental, train your wisdom. The three training will balance your three action: your mental action, verbal action, and physical action. So if you learn to think right, speak right, do right, then you have a balance of your life. You can live with peace and happiness because you don't harm yourself, you don't harm others. You do good to you, good to others. So this is called the threefold trainings or the noble eightfold path. Because the moral training 3 plus mental training 3, 6 concepts, and wisdom training 2, the noble eightfold path, the supreme teaching of the Buddha. And you guys are non-Buddhists. To follow Buddhism, do you think you have to be a Buddhist? I don't think so. You don't have to convert. Anyone can lead Buddhist way of life. You can say I'm Christian Buddhist, Catholic Buddhist, Jewish Buddhist. You don't have to convert. And conversion is not monk duties. You will never see monks go door to door and knock the door and talk about Buddhism and converted people. No way. If some monks do that, he has very less education of Buddhism. Okay? So anyway, thank you so much for your patience. And I really appreciate for your time as well. And if I met anyone disappointed by my speech or presentation, please forgive me. It's very important to learn how to forgive yourself and others, because more you forgive, more you relax. The concept in Buddhism called what goes around comes around. Thank you so much. Now welcome to Q&A. If you have any question, please feel free to ask. Yes, ma'am?
Yes, okay, so at what point do monks actually get some kind of physical exercise?
Well, monks, of course, you can do personal exercise, but not in public or not in